Hi guys, Lindsay here with Storybook Family Farm. So today I want to give you guys a little bit of a tip of how to feed your family on a really tight budget. And what I want to talk about today is actually meat and how we have learned over the years to stretch our dollars as far as possible. And that actually comes in at this time of year. So as you guys probably already know, at the holiday times, there are a lot of really big sales on specific items. Like at Thanksgiving, turkeys are on sale for ridiculously cheap. At Christmas time, hams are on sale for ridiculously cheap. At the New Year, pork loins are on sale for super duper cheap. And then at like St. Patty's Day, sometimes you can get like the corned beef for really cheap. Ham a lot of times is also on sale at Easter time. You guys get the point. So what we've done for years now is when there's those big sales of turkey, we buy multiple turkeys. We make sure that we have room in the freezer so that way we can house some turkeys for a brief period of time until we have enough time to actually can the meat. It makes it really super nice to have canned meat on the shelf in the pantry because, for one, it doesn't take up freezer space. For two, that freezer doesn't have to keep running then all year long, causing your electric bill to go up. For three, it is so stinking convenient. Like, if you want to have a casserole, you just grab a jar of the meat and then boop, dump it in, done. If you're cooking rice, you can strain the broth off into the rice so then that way your rice has the meaty flavor to it, and then you can make a casserole with it or a soup with the meat or whatever you want to do, or even sandwiches. When we've canned turkey, we've actually taken the breasts and sliced the breasts and basically made like turkey breast medallions that we have then canned. And that is a really tasty meal to have whenever you feel like having a turkey dinner, but you don't want to cook a whole turkey. And in doing this, you're making it so that way you can eat many meals for that awesome price of, 29 cents a pound for turkey meat or 49 cents or whatever your state has it on sale for or your local region. That's what you get to eat it at year round and stuff. I know back in 2020, they had turkeys marked down for 19 cents a pound. We bought quite a few turkeys just so then that way we could can it. That was when nobody wanted the big turkeys and stuff, so all the big turkeys were the cheapest turkeys. So we bought huge turkeys and stuff, all with the intention of just cooking and canning, cooking and canning. So then that way we had it on the shelf. So then in the following years, if there wasn't going to be turkey or if it was going to be way too much money for us to afford, it didn't matter. We had it on the shelf. We could still have a Thanksgiving dinner the following year. We didn't have to worry about it. We did the same thing with ham. We bought quite a few hams and then cooked them, diced them up, and then we canned them. And it just has made it so simple to be able to have like ham to add to our breakfast, or like our son Willie, he loves Hawaiian pizza, so it made it really convenient because not only did ham go on sale, but not that long afterwards we got a really good deal on pineapple, so we also canned up a bunch of pineapple so then we could make him Hawaiian pizza whenever we have pizza and stuff, the homemade pizza. We don't buy pizza because that's too expensive. But then the other thing that we do too is at New Year's Eve time, we buy a bunch of pork loin. And it's so simple to just cut the pork loin into being pork chops. It's like a lot of people, they're like, well, I can't use a whole pork loin. That's a lot of meat. Not if you cut it up and refreeze it and repackage it, then it's not a big bunch of meat. You can even do one pork chop per bag if you're a single person and you only want to eat one pork chop. Personally, I love pork chops, so whenever we cook pork chops, we try to make sure that we're going to have pork chops for like a couple days of leftovers because we all really like pork chops. But so, it's very simple to just then cut the pork chops to whatever thickness that you like. Tracy a lot of times will cut it a little bit thicker so that she can actually like make butterfly chops whenever we're going to prepare them. She'll do like the butterfly chops and stuff them with stuffing, and it's just, it's really good. But in doing that, all you have to do is just double bag the meat, and then it stays good for a long time in the freezer. We've pulled out meat that didn't get freezer burnt because we double bagged it, that was from like 2-3 years ago, that was still good in the freezer. Like, people get all like scared about how like, oh, well, it won't last very long in the freezer. It does last a good long while if you know how to package it. It's as simple as getting all of the air out of the little Ziploc-y bags. It doesn't have to be that brand. We buy like Walmart brand, dollar store brand, whatever brand of sandwich bags we can get at the time and our budget allows. That's what we get. We just get this little pinch it sealed thing, get all the air out, seal it up, and then you throw it in a gallon freezer bag. You do the same process of then squish it down in real good and then get all the air out, seal it up. Like, it is not a difficult process, but it makes it so that way you can have really affordable, good quality, tasty meat for the entire year for ridiculously cheap prices and stuff. And you can do the same thing too with like potatoes. Potatoes last for a very long time. Even if you don't have a basement to store them in, you could just store them in a bottom cupboard somewhere. You know, the big thing is to make sure that they're out of the light and they're kept dry. It's not hard. But if you also learn how to can stuff, that makes things even easier, because we've had it where we've gotten really good deals on potatoes, just like regular like russet or Idaho potatoes or whatever kind of potatoes the white ones are. We've gotten really good deals on potatoes where it's been like $15 for a 50-pound bag of potatoes. So we've actually, in different times in the past, we've bought the 50-pound bags and then just basically had a potato canning party. It was just me and Tracy drinking some wine, peeling potatoes, dicing them up, and then canning them. Like, it made it so simple to then have eggs from our chickens, the already canned up potatoes, the already canned up ham, to then make a really nice breakfast scramble type thing. And it just took just a couple minutes. You didn't have to worry about, slicing the potatoes and doing all this stuff in the moment. It was just boom, ready to go. And it was just so convenient, just that little bit of work, a little bit of prep work and stuff, months beforehand or even a year beforehand, made it so in that way it's just like a boom, fast food, instant breakfast. You can't even get McDonald's for as fast as that stuff was to prepare. Like, it's a really nice thing. And then plus, like I said, you're getting it for dirt cheap prices, and it's saving a ton of money for your family. And like for us, like anywhere that we can save money, we have always tried to save money. Like, it's ridiculous how tight we've been and how good we've become at stretching pennies and dollars, and just really figuring out ways to make things last a long time. But yeah, so that's my only tip for today. I stopped at the store today to get some of that 78-cent a pound ham that Giant Eagle had. So if you're in the local area, definitely check that out. It is just the shanks, so it's not like a big huge honking ham, and they do have a limit of one per card. But if you have a young adult in your household or your family that you can convince to go get a Giant Eagle card for themselves, so then you can buy an extra ham, it's a really good idea. Pro tip here, we now have multiple cards for our household. So yeah, but that is my advice for you guys and my tip of the day. I hope that it helps somebody, so that way they can, have good quality food and tasty real food to last them throughout. It creates a really nice buffer for inflation, basically. And then you have it for whenever you need it, and it's way cheaper than having to buy it at the normal prices. But yeah, so if you're enjoying this content, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends on social media, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to help us grow. We'd greatly appreciate it. All right, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.